38. And in my edition it is page 162. I can see everybody there is a book everywhere, so that is good. So what is the fifth commandment? You know it. It is, you shall not kill. It's maybe the commandment that it is the easiest to understand, and at the same time, not totally. There are some people who don't understand the fifth commandment. We will see. What is it asking us to do? To take care of our own life and the life of the other. The life of the other we understand most of the time, but there are less and less people who understand that they cannot take their life if they want. The fifth commandment is condemning suicide. The fifth commandment is condemning murder. Murder. What are the sins against the fifth commandment? So murder, first of all. What is a murder? It is the unjust killing of an innocent person. This is murder. Okay. There is some, you are in the street, you see someone, and you kill this person. Just like that. Okay. This is murder, and this person is innocent, has not done anything to you, and you kill them. That is not allowed. And that we understand, all of us, that there is a problem. 2, abortion, and that is not understood today. Deliberately causing the death of an unborn baby. The baby has not done anything to you, and the baby is already a human being. It's not as some doctor will tell you today to push you to commit this sin, just a vegetable or whatever. It's a true baby. It's a true human being. And abortion is committed so much nowadays, but it's a sin against the fifth commandment. It's a murder, and it's even more grave than murder, because you kill someone who is of Macron. The priority is to make of Macron. The priority is to make this law voted. Suicide is a mortal sin, and this leads straight to hell, because now there is no way you can go for confession in between. 4, mercy killing an innocent person who is dying of an incurable disease. So instead of giving this person a medicine, you just give her an injection, you increase so much the quantity of medicine in the blood, and this person is going without suffering. Mercy killing. What an act of mercy. You send this person maybe to hell, don't even know this person, you don't know if this person is ready to die. And even if you know if she's ready to die, you cannot kill someone. We are not allowed to kill people. We are allowed to help them to suffer less. That's why we have palliative care. We are allowed, and we have to do that. But we can never take the life of someone in these conditions. Number 5, causing serious injury or death by criminal neglect. Serious injury. 6, sterilization, making the sex organs unfruitful. This is also, so it's not murder per se, but it's a sin against the fifth commandment. It's classified there. Okay. 7, getting drunk. It has also been placed here. Okay, against the fifth commandment, drunkenness. It's a lack of temperance. And we lose, if we drink until up to the point we lose a reason. First of all, it's a mortal sin, and then you expose yourself to so many other problems. You don't even know what will happen during this period of time where you are totally drunk. Maybe you will kill someone, actually. Maybe you will do very bad things, and when you will wake up, you will not understand why you are in jail, why everybody is looking at you badly, because you were drunk, and that is seriously condemned. Number 8, serious anger or hatred. And Jesus speaks clearly about that in the Gospel to Saint Matthew, according to Saint Matthew, chapter 7, the Sermon on the Mount. You were told that you should not kill your neighbor. He was saying that to his disciples. But I say to you that you should not be angry against your neighbor. You can kill people physically, or you can kill them in your heart with anger, hatred. And that is not allowed for a Catholic. We should forgive. Number 9, helping another to commit a mortal sin. This is called the sin of scandal. It is written the last here, but it's one of the worst. Because now we don't kill a person, we kill a soul. We don't kill a body, we kill a soul. For example, someone who will show bad things to children, to corrupt them, to make them corrupt. Such people, Jesus said that we should fix around their neck, a rope with a weight, and to pull and put them in the self who speaks like that. To commit a mortal sin is a sin of bad. To help someone to steal, to help someone to do something, an act of impurity, to help someone to kill, to help. Whenever you help someone to commit a mortal sin, you are a scandal. It is one of the gravest sins because now you kill something that is more precious than a body, a soul. That is very bad. So those are the sins against the fifth commandment. This is what we should not do. Now questions. I'm sure you all want to ask me this question. It is number 4. Are you ever allowed to use force or to kill? What about the soldiers? To make it in short, can a soldier kill? Yeah. So this is the question now. Can a soldier kill? No? So if Uganda is invading your country tomorrow, you just welcome them warmly.
But it's not cases of terrorism and those who are in death row, like in a method of execution that are practiced in the states of US.
Yeah. So that is another question now. Death penalty, is death penalty allowed? We will answer this question. So, yes, you have another question?
On number 4, mercy killing.
So now we're on number of mercy killing, yeah.
There is a person who is suffering from a chronic disease. As they go for palliative care, they go for a long time, and as you get the strongest medicine, that is often your body get accustomed to it. It does not, even if they increase the quantity, the pain still remains there.
Yeah.
The person gets a soggy back, start pain.
Yeah.
It starts getting more, it starts getting more those things. The person is really suffering, crying, it's not helping. Until then, you're not allowed to have that mercy.
Yeah, you cannot kill. You can never kill. Never. We don't have it's God who is a master of death and life. And so first of all, there is something wrong here. And number 2, if you start allowing this kind of situation, then you open the door to all the excesses that are possible in the world. We just eliminate all those who are useless. No, it's not mercy to kill someone. It's not. You do it with an animal, but not with a human being. You can never. It will be suicide. There are some situations where you have to increase a bit the medicine, so per se it's not lethal, but it can lead to the death at some point. In this situation, it could be possible because you are not killing, you are healing. But you can never positively kill someone in this situation. Yeah, it's not possible. So let's answer the first question first. Are we ever allowed to use force sometimes or to kill? So the answer is yes, we are allowed sometimes in self-defense. Self-defense. When it is the only way you can protect yourself or another, and when you or someone else is being seriously attacked here and now. So someone comes with a knife right now to kill you here, okay. You or your wife. Will you look at the thief killing your wife? No, you will fight, you will protect your wife. And if during the fight you kill him, and there is no other way, okay, no other way. You have tried everything. And it's not a mortal sin. But we have the duty to look for another alternative before, of course. But you will not look at this person killing all your full family. You will try to stop him, to block him. But if during the fight he dies, it's not a sin. You don't even want it to happen, and you didn't provoke this situation. You are just defending your family. What we say about someone who runs away because the fifth commandment says we should not kill this person will be a coward. Nothing else. And then you may kill in defense of life, bodily integrity and chastity, or material goods of great value, even to protect your house. If possible, you should flee from the attacker or wound him rather than kill him. It's better you break his leg and then you kill him. Okay. But so these situations are extremely rare. It's not happening every day. But you know, here it's not murder. This person is not an innocent person. This person is here to take your life. And for the same reason, the soldier who kills during the war is not committing murder. He's being attacked. If your country is attacked, you defend yourself. You defend your country. You don't even want that to happen, but what else can you do? If you don't resist, if you don't fight back, they will come in your country and do what they want in it. So that is not allowed. Yes? That's a very good question. Very good question. We speak here about a just war, okay? But if I think if you know the reason of the war is very bad, you know it. For example, you are asked by by your president to attack the Vatican, to attack the Pope, then you should leave the army. You are not allowed to participate to this war. If it is obvious that this war is unfair and bad, and it has happened, know how Italy was created, the country itself. They had to attack the lands of the Pope for the reunification to be possible, for the South and the North to come together. That Catholics should not participate to this kind of war. But if you attack, for some reason, like the Crusaders, they attacked the Muslims in Jerusalem. Why? Because first of all, they had taken the holy city and they were persecuting and killing the Christians who were going for a pilgrimage. So we went there to release the place, but in the process, we had to fight, and some had to kill. The problem of the war is extremely complex because there are some situations where people go too far. That's why wars, we should try to avoid them as much as we can. They're bad, and it wakes up so much hatred in the process. There are some situations where people are killed, and it's clearly bad to kill in this situation. We don't kill prisoners, for example. Even in war, there are laws, but these laws are not respected. When we attack people, when we attack another army, we attack soldiers, we don't attack the women and children who are innocent. But this is what people are doing today. When we bomb cities, when you throw an atomic bomb on people, you are not only fighting soldiers, you are killing innocent people, and that is immoral, it's bad. So it's complex, but you cannot say that the soldiers cannot go to war and cannot fight, because we need them to protect our country. And if Kenyan soldiers were not fighting right now for you, you will be a Muslim by now, because Al-Shabaab will be here, forcing you to wear a veil for the ladies, and forcing you to go to the mosque every Friday. You will not be eating pork today. Okay. The Muslim will be here, and Nairobi will be a dangerous city. So your army is very efficient in the north of the country, and sometimes they do kill Muslims there. They do kill terrorists to protect you, and that is okay, because you are under attack, and you protect your life, you protect your country. Yeah.
There is this question about those some you see there is military ordinaries that are priests and also soldiers. I didn't understand the moment
that was in the past.
After war, they do the mass even in the...
No, I don't think they were priests, all of them. They were monks, but monks are not necessarily priests. They were more brothers than priests. A priest cannot kill. Okay, you cannot shed blood, and after you go and say mass. It's not convenient. If it was to happen and it's not your fault, you still need to ask the Pope for permission. Okay, not to kill, but to say mass again after. Now they were monks, and these orders, they were like the Templar and the Hospitallers. They were created in the time of the Crusade in the Holy Land, and they were here to protect the sacred places.
Ordinaries of the militaries.
Today, there is no religious order fighting today. You have maybe a chaplain in the army, but the chaplain is not fighting. The chaplain is here to confess the soldiers and to give them communion and to teach them catechism. In the past, there were religious orders fighting. They were making 4 vows: chastity, obedience, poverty, and the vow to never come back, to never retreat during the battle. When they go, and if they have to die, they die. And that's how they were so good that, like in the Holy Land, I don't remember when it was, I think it was in the 11th century, somewhere there, 12th century, 500 Templars won a battle, the Battle of Montgisard, against 30,000 Muslims. They were helped by 1,000 peasants. So it was an army of 500 Templar knights, who is helped by 1,000 people against 30,000 Muslims, and they won. They were terrible soldiers. Terrible. But nowadays it's different. We don't have these people anymore. You can have a chaplain in the army, but he's not killing. He's here with the soldiers. During the First World War, chaplains, some priests were forced to kill, in fact, because they were sent to the army. The government, it doesn't matter for them if you are a priest or if you are an engineer, you all go. But some managed to become the chaplain, and in fact they were attacking the other tranches with the other soldiers without weapons in their hands. So everybody goes from a tranche to another. The priest is running with people without weapons, and whenever someone falls in front of him, he gives him extreme unction. And it doesn't even matter the nationality. Maybe he's a French, he's a German, the enemy, he also gives him extreme unction if he's Catholic. The priest is here for everybody, and for the same reason you have a chaplain in an hospital, you will also have a chaplain in the army, you will also have a chaplain in the school, and the priests are following the soldiers where they go. They can even jump with a parachute from the plane. They follow the soldiers where they go. It's a wonderful job to be a chaplain in the army. Wonderful.
There is also this question about, like you see in the current state, most of the states in the US, they practice this method of execution.
Yes, death penalty.
Death injection, gun firing, and electric chair. And you see there is a priest that is giving them the last sacrament.
Yeah.
What about them?
Death penalty is possible. It's not against the law of God. It has never been condemned by the Church until Pope Francis, who changed the Catechism. But when Pope Francis says it's bad to do the death penalty, he goes against 2000s of tradition. The government, when someone has done very, very, very bad things, you have to protect your country. You have to protect, and you also have to give a lesson to the rest of the world. Look at your body. Are you allowed to cut yourself? To cut your hand because you find yourself beautiful with one hand? No. Okay. But if you have an infection in your hand, and the only way to save the rest of the body is to cut the hand, can you do it? Yes. You can apply this principle to a society. It could be compared to a body. If there is a person of the society so corrupt, so evil, that you have to protect the other from it, and if you don't do it, the other will suffer big damage. This is now when death penalty comes in. Okay. It's at the same time you protect your country from someone very bad, a murderer, a pedophile who kills hundreds of children, like this Protestant pastor in Kenya who killed more than 200 people in the forest on the coast. These people, if you don't stop them, they will continue. If you put them to jail, after 20 years they will be released because they will bribe the policeman. And at the same time, you need to send a clear message to the country. God can delegate his power of death to a government, to a legitimate government. So death penalty is possible. Unfortunately, there are some people who are misusing it, and we kill even innocent. But it's not because some people are misusing it that it's bad per se. So there are some countries where it is forbidden. There is no death penalty, like in France. Why not? It is written nowhere that we have to use it. But it's not immoral in itself. And sometimes it's even good.
Sometimes in the States, in the US, most
not only the US, even Kenya, all the countries are killing the people who are disturbing them.
Even
Your,
Kenya
speci- your secret service are killing a lot of people. Mine as well. And of course it's bad, but all the countries are doing it. All the countries. Maybe you even killed politicians a few years ago who were against the COVID measures. Maybe. Find someone, pretend that he had a heart attack. But he was very healthy the day before. We should not be naive. No, but that is not death penalty now. This is murder. That's political execution. Euthanasia. We speak about euthanasia in other circumstances. We kill the people in hospital because they are too expensive to heal. This is what they are trying to pass nowadays. You start with this is what they voted for in France a few weeks ago. To officially to release its mercy killing, so the doctor can come. He has in one of his pockets he has an injection to heal you, but in the left pocket he has one to kill you. You can choose. We should pray so that he doesn't make a mistake. Okay. He should not. But from there, and so at the beginning they pretend that it will be controlled, blah blah, only some specific situation. There are some people who are under protection in France because they have some mental disabilities. These people, they are not allowed to sign a check because of that, but they can ask for death with this law. No, they cannot spend money because they are too stupid, but they can ask for death. That is okay in France. It will be okay very soon. No, now we are trying to kill these people. This is euthanasia. Okay. All people. What is the point to keep them for 2 more weeks? Let us kill them now. Like that, with the bed is empty, someone else can come, and that is good business for the hospital, good money. This is what this law of euthanasia will bring very soon. At the beginning, we just allow it for a few cases, mercy killing, things like that, and then it's for. It has been the same with abortion. At first, it was only in specific cases, very specific. Now it's for everybody. And the midwife, in the hospital, she's the same person helping you to give birth, and the same person who will help someone else, who will help another lady to commit abortion. She helps people to give life, and at the same time she kills. And nowadays in France, we have around 250,000 abortions per year. That is just France. Just France. You have just opened a little bit at the beginning, and now it's for everybody, and now it is in the constitution, and if I was saying what I'm saying now in France, I would be condemned. I will have to pay a fine, because you are not allowed to speak against abortion publicly in France. And the same will happen with euthanasia very soon. You will not be allowed to say publicly that it is bad. And if you say it...
Like for example, in my homeland where I come from, Central Kenya, there is some authorities that they came, they were seeking someone, they didn't know he was innocent actually. They used some injection to slow killing him.
Okay.
Slow killing him, and he died just after being injected after 2 months.
So it's already happening here, now it's illegal. Yeah, of course. Even abortion is happening here. It's illegal, but nobody has been condemned these last years for this thing. We know that it's happening in hospital, we know, and abortion the same. But it's not legal yet, but at least it's illegal. So you know that we should not do it. But if someone attacks your family, your children, you resist, you break a leg, 2, yet you are still in danger, and it's or him or your children, then you have to do your duties. You have to protect your family. If your country is under attack, we have to defend our country. And men maybe will be called in the army, and you will have to fight for your country. It's sad, but we have to protect our country. So the 5th commandment condemns murder, unjust killing of an innocent. Abortion is never allowed. Never allowed. Never. I repeat, never, because we always, yes, but what if? No, never. You don't kill an innocent. Even if maybe you will die, yeah, but you cannot, to save your life, you cannot kill an innocent. It doesn't work like that. Because deliberately, to take the life of any innocent person, even that of an unborn baby, is murder. Any Catholic who knowingly and willingly has an abortion is automatically excommunicated from the church, and anyone who helps someone to procure an abortion commits a mortal sin. So the doctor who does such a thing, the lady who would do that willingly, and let's say maybe even the parents of the friend who was really pushed for it, and because of him it's happening, all these people commit a mortal sin, and all of them are excommunicated by the church if they know about this excommunication. That means that such Catholic will not be buried in a Catholic cemetery. These people cannot receive the sacrament. They can be forgiven. It is possible. Until 2000 and when was it? It's written here. I forgot. Until 2016, I think. Only the Pope could forgive. You need to ask for a special permission to forgive this sin. Even the priest, the person would have to write a letter to do a demand to be forgiven for this sin to Rome. Not even a priest could forgive this sin. But since 2016, Pope Francis gave the power to all the priests of the world to forgive the sins of abortion. So now any priest can forgive it. But it is so bad that before the Pope wanted to be the only one able to forgive it. And I think it was good. It was good. Is suicide ever allowed? No. Your life belongs to God, and He alone can take it away. A Catholic who commits suicide while in his right mind loses his right to have a Catholic funeral, the same. Unless he had a mental disability. You know, sometimes people who have a mental disability, they are not really aware of what they are doing. And they kill themselves, yeah, maybe it's not even a mortal sin, they didn't have the use of their reason at this time. But someone who knowingly will commit suicide, we will not say a public mass for him in a Holy Cross. We cannot. Maybe in private we will pray for him, but not in public, because it is such a scandal that people need to understand that this is bad. Is mercy killing ever allowed? No, because it is murder. A person who allows himself to be killed in this way is guilty of suicide. Yes, some people are suffering a lot. Huh? Yes. I have seen people suffering a lot in hospital. And among those who I have seen, I saw Catholics who heroically were bearing with these sufferings and offering them to God. And that shows that it is possible, with the help of God, to accept this suffering up to the end. But if you start allowing mercy killing, then where do you stop? It is the duty of the government to use the money he has, instead of using it for corruption, to accompany people to their last breath, and not to fasten the last breath. It is the duty of science, it is the duty of the doctor. From the day this law of euthanasia will pass, we will look at the doctors in a different way, I'm telling you. So far, the doctor is someone, when you speak about the doctor, you think about someone good most of the time. You have hope when you go to hospital. You have hope you will live. You will live a better life. That's why you go to hospital. You want to heal. Now this man will bring death, or this woman will give death. Mercy killing cannot be allowed. Sterilization, is it ever allowed? So it can be made for both men or women. To have the fallopian tube or the seminal vesicles tied or cut is always a mortal sin. The reproductive organs may be removed only when they are diseased and present a danger to the whole body. It's happening. And sometimes we have to do it, but in this case, it's an operation that you do to save the person. Okay. Sometimes you have to cut the leg of someone, Sometimes we have to remove the uterus, maybe. Sometimes we have to do some operation like that to save the life, and it is okay. But you cannot be sterilized just because you don't want children. That is not allowed. There is a principle that we should have in mind, is that our body doesn't belong to us. It belongs to God. We are the temple of the Holy Ghost. We have been given the use of this body, of course. We have been given the use of it. But this body, we should respect it. And we cannot do what we want with it. We have to respect it. What kind of sin is it to get drunk? To get slightly drunk is a venial sin. So you start laughing a little bit too much, okay, or you feel a bit sleepy, okay. But you can still do mathematics. You can still have a normal conversation with someone, but you are a bit too much happy, okay, a bit. It's a venial sin already, okay, because we are already on the cloud somewhere. To get seriously drunk is a mortal sin. Now seriously means I have lost the use of my reason. If you need an example, just go to Congo there behind. Congo is okay. People are drunk. Sometimes I was told yesterday during the burial, one came in the church, in the compound, and sat at the entry of the church. He was saying his own things. He was totally drunk. It's good to look at these people sometimes. You can see the ugliness of this sin. Yeah. If you don't want to be drunk, contemplate a drunkard. Okay. It will give you a good lesson. Okay. It's very sad. Very, very sad. You are guilty of any sins you commit while under the influence of alcohol, even though later on you do not remember committing them. If during the night, after getting drunk, you kill someone, you are guilty of this murder. You have accepted the cause, and you accept all the consequences that are following. You are guilty, and such a person will go to jail and pay for his sin. It's serious. Huh? I don't know. Of course, there is something funny. Drunkards can make us laugh, but if you look at it truly, it's awful. It's killing families. It's killing families. All these families, all these poor wives, and all these poor children being at home suffering because dad is drunk. And sometimes it's mom who is drunk. It's not only dad, it can even be mom. It's so bad. Such a bad example for the children. All the money goes in alcohol or drugs, because drugs is the same problem. And how do you want to be a strong family and even a strong country with that? And it is such a problem in East Africa that I learned, and I'm really amazed by that. There is a confraternity of Catholic men coming together, a prayer group, and they make the vow to never drink a single drop of alcohol, to pay for those who are drunk in the country. And I know at least one person in this parish who belongs to this group. You are not obliged to join this group. But you see, there are some Catholics who came together and felt the need to do this sacrifice to fight back this problem of drunkenness in the country. And these people are attracting many blessings on Kenya, I think, and they are helping many people to be strong with their sacrifice. But it is a problem. It is a problem. You should know, if you drink, sometimes it's okay. I myself come from a country where to drink alcohol is part of our culture. It's in our blood. The baby, the day of its baptism, the Godfather is giving him a drop of champagne on this day. And it's very normal to have wine every day for each meal, not breakfast, but lunch and dinner on our tables. It's normal. But my grandfather always has wine on his table. I never saw him drunk. So you see, to drink is okay, but you should tell yourself, after drinking, I should always be able, always. Maybe you should use that as a resolution, to take my car and drop someone to hospital, if it was needed. Okay. If I feel that I'm not able to drive now to go to hospital to help someone who is dying, then I went too far and I'm useless. We should always keep total control of ourselves. And because it is difficult to keep this control, sometimes we have to refrain. There are some places where we should not go. There are some friends with who we should never be. Because if I know I go there, if I know I am with this person, I will drink too much. It is bad. And we should always be drinking. If you drink something good. Don't drink what they sell in the slum, because not only you are affecting your brain, but you affect your health and your stomach. Don't know what they have put in this shanga. It's very bad for your health. So, it's very serious. Are you ever allowed to use narcotics, drugs, only when recommended by a competent doctor, and then only according to his directions? There are some medicines that can be used for healing, but some people are using medicines to get high, and that is not okay. Are hatred and anger mortal sins? So now we go to something more spiritual. Hatred of another person is a mortal sin, and anger towards another person is usually a venial sin, unless you wish someone serious harm. If it is just anger, most of the time it's a venial sin. Now we are annoyed. You are a father of family, you come back from your home after a very difficult day, and now there is your child in front of you. First, he got an E in his exam of mathematics. 2, he has broken the window playing football when he was supposed to do homeworks. It's too much, and you explode. Okay, it's a venial sin. Okay. But we should try to control it, because it can go far. Anger sometimes it's making us blind, and we can go too far. Anger can push you to fight and even to kill sometimes. Hatred is worse. Hatred is really you wish evil to someone. I want him to suffer. I want him to die. I want him to go to hell. This is what is in the soul, in the mind of someone who is hating someone else. And if we really hate someone, really, it's a mortal sin. Sometimes, instead of saying I'm angry, I will say I hate him, but it's a way of speaking. Maybe this person doesn't hate the person. Okay, if you want to know if this person hates really, you ask this person, do you wish him bad things? No, I don't wish him bad things, but I'm very upset. So it's you really want evil to these people, you want them to suffer, you want to revenge, and you don't even want them to suffer now, you want them to suffer their entire life, and you make plans for that. That is a mortal sin. This is hatred. Is there such a thing as sinless anger? Good question, because Jesus has been angry. Jesus has never committed a sin. Anger is a passion. Passions are not bad. The problem is we don't have the control of our passions as human beings. Jesus had the control of his passion. We have 11 passions. Love, anger, all these things, desire. They are 11. Jesus had total control of his passions, not us. Anger prompted by zeal for justice, honor to God, or some other good cause. This is not a sin. Jesus, for example, was angry with the buyers and sellers in the temple. Your mother correcting you, she's upset. If she does it for justice, the sake of justice, it's a good action on her. Okay, you deserve the slap. You are slapped. Okay. The problem is even the mother sometimes in the process can go too far, and now this anger is becoming bad. So parents need a lot of self-control. But anger is not always bad. It's only when you lose the control that it is bad. Yes.
Now, Commandment says there is a holy anger and a destructive anger. This to mean that there is a holy anger and a destructive anger.
Yeah. If you go too far, then it's not holy. Yeah. And Saint Francis de Sales says, because it's very difficult for us to control this passion, we should never be upset. Even if the mother corrects the child, she should do it without anger. Just do it. If you allow the anger to step in your heart, it will grow and take such a proportion that maybe we not even control it. So at the end of the day, we should try our level best to never be angry. You can fulfill justice, you can correct someone without anger, with the help of God, of course. Because if you allow anger to come, then it's finished for you. Especially if you have a very bad temperament.